Teaching Kids About Money, Chapter 10. The Business of You and Net Profit. Once your children are in the habit of earning income for themselves on a regular basis, the next really valuable concept to introduce is that of net profit. The earlier you introduce business concepts to your children, the sooner they will be able to take the next level of wealth creation on board. A great way to introduce basic business concepts is to help your children think of themselves as a business. That is, that they are their own business. After all, if we aren't working on our own business, who is? The first step is to introduce 4 basic business terms. The first one is income, which is any money coming in either through kids' home pay, wages, gifts, or allowances. Expenditure and/or expenses. This is any money that you expend or spend on things. That is, money going out. Profit. This is when you have more money coming in than you've spent, you have money left over. And the last one is loss. So when you spend more money than you have coming in, you are left owing money to someone or have to take money out of your savings. So encourage them to create a net profit at the end of each week. If they think of themselves as being a small business, they will have an easier transition to working out other kids' money machines that don't require their time to be sold for money. The second stage in their learning is where they can really get a head start on wealth creation by starting young. So once they are saving and investing their net profit regularly, it is only a matter of helping them learn about the ways that they can invest their extra money for long-term gains. By starting these habits young, you are setting your children up with resourceful habits that can serve them for the rest of their lives. To clarify this, help your children write up a very basic profit and loss statement for each pay period. Negotiate which time period your children would like. Some people prefer to see their progress more often than others. This allows them to see firsthand what income they have made, what expenses they have paid, and most importantly, what net profit or loss they've created for themselves each time. As soon as they can see that they have full control over this figure, it is easy for them to see how to improve the situation. So the first level of a profit and loss statement might look something like this, which is an example of Rebecca's home task services. If children spend more than they have as income in the month, parents have the opportunity to have a very valuable conversation about where the extra money came from and what that means. For example, if they spent money that they saved previously, how would that affect their saving goals? If they borrowed the money, when and how will it be repaid and what interest rate will it cost them? These are very important real-life lessons that can be taught in a very real way when the opportunity presents itself. If parents simply give their children the shortfall to cover their net loss, what would that mean in the long term? Once children are aware of what their net profit or loss is, the most important questions become, how do I manage my net profit to reach my money goals? And how do I increase my income so I can create a higher net profit? If they have chosen to borrow from someone to cover or create the net loss, we strongly recommend that you teach them to draw up a promissory note that records who borrowed what from who and when and how it will be repaid. Consider too at what age to introduce the concept of paying interest on what they borrow, just like in the real world of borrowing money. So this is a sample of how to set out a basic promissory note, and the template is also included in the downloads for your convenience.